Hi, we are here at Knowles Street at the CES and we are watching all the latest news. Kalyan will introduce us to the news in the balanced armatures. They are more and more adopted into wireless and also over the year. So Kalyan, can you talk us about these news?
Sure. Hello everyone. My name is Kalyan Nadala. I'm the manager of receiver development at Knowles. Today I'll be talking to you about the general state of the market for TWS and balanced armatures, how they're integrated, and what is the latest new developments in the market space and how we are trying to help address this need in the market space. So let's just first start right at the beginning. So what we have seen for the last 3 years is this gradual increase in balanced armature adoption into the TWS market space. And the main reason being that balanced armatures provide a more increase in high frequency output. So this helps us get a more better sound signature for the final end products. We have done a dedicated study to determine a preferred listening curve for TWS devices. This one's called the Knowles preferred curve, and we have already published an article based on the research. And what we have seen in the marketplace is end user satisfaction for sound quality when utilizing Knowles curves. And having a Knowles balanced armature helps us achieve this curve by giving a more high frequency extension for the sound signature. So as you can see here, we have a whole range of products that have implemented the Knowles balanced armatures for high frequency extension, and that's enabling them to hit the Knowles curve. So on top of that, what we have also done to improve the adoption of balanced armatures into the TWS product line is to have partnerships with Bluetooth chip manufacturers like Aroha and Qualcomm. So we'll be having a reference design with Qualcomm coming up at the end of this year. On top of that, we also have a new feature to the TWS market space, which is the hearing personalization and customization. So we are already partnering with several of the major players in the audio industry for this personalization, like AudioDo, Mimi, and Sound ID. And essentially, these particular partners take into account individual listening curve for end users, and they optimize the sound signature to compensate for any hearing loss that they have, or to also modify the curve based on their hearing needs. And as part of this ecosystem, we are not just working with the chipset manufacturers or the hearing personalization partners, but also directly with the ODMs. Okay. So what the ODMs provide us is a quick get to the market solutions. So we work with several of the major players of the ODMs, and depending on your requirements of the chipsets, the features, price points, we have a whole spread of options. Right. The main goal here is that we have relationships with all the major players, and it just shows you how much balanced armatures are being adopted into the industry. And some of these reference designs have been realized into the final end products and design wins, as you see here. Yeah. So one of the changes or one of the developments from the last couple of years is a new form factor that is becoming more and more popular, which is the OWS, Open Wearable Stereo. Right. So these are a combination of open fit designs and also TWS. So the main difference from TWS being that they don't have ear tips, and they loosely fit onto your ear. So just a demo, how they look like. Oh, this one's challenging, but it's okay, that can be edited out. So the main benefit for having an OWS form factor is that you will not have occlusion. So occlusion is listening to your own footsteps, your own heartbeat while you're active, when you're exercising. Right. The other thing is also ambient awareness. Yeah. So while you're putting this on, you'll be able to listen to a car, a car honking or someone trying to talk to you, so that you'll not be completely isolated from the world. So this is more for an active lifestyle. And considering the form factor, you also can put a larger battery into them, and you'll also have larger
lifetime.
exactly. And the utilization of balanced armatures in this particular form factor is the extension again of the high frequency content. Because of it, them being open fit, you will lose a lot of low frequency content. Right. Because it's open fit and that's the nature of the design. But at least with the help of balanced armature, you'll be able to get the mid to high frequency into the sound signature, and that actually improves the listening performance for the end user. So there's the experience. Yes. So there's the OWS form factor, and finally we also have the OTC products that we have reference designs and partners. So that is the latest. That's another segment of the market space that has been constantly increasing. So as you know, there has been a OTC ruling from FDA a couple of years ago, and on top of that, we have several major players jumping into it, from Jabra Enhance Plus to Sony OTC, and now we also have Apple coming up with their new AirPods 2 product with the hearing assistance. So with that being the backdrop, what we have seen is a major increase in the third party, like all these innovators coming into the market space, trying to come up with their own form factors, their own flavor to the product.
And the experience of Knowles in the hearing aid market, the over-the-counter is benefiting of that experience, right?
Absolutely right. As you know, traditionally, balanced armatures were initially implemented in hearing aids, and they have been used for over 50 to 70 years.
Right.
And the OTC is this market segment which is right in the gray zone between a complete TWS and a medical grade hearing aid devices. And OTC actually is for many of the end users who might have a little bit of hearing loss, but who are still waiting to go for a medical grade devices. So as we know, like 1 in 7 people actually use hearing aids who actually have hearing loss. So there's the actual medical grade implementation or utilization of the end users is very limited. But OTC forms this platform or the segue for people to experience some of those features of audio and compensation for hearing loss. So those are all the products that we have. We have in the RIC form factors, and we also have in the TWS form factors. Exactly. So
RIC, receiver in canal, right?
Yes, both the receiver in canal form factors as well as the earphone form factor. So this is the main segment for TWS, followed by OWS and the OTC. And
you were mentioning on the high frequency content. So is this related to a high res? So it's really customer using balanced armature, they can offer the full high res performance to the.
Excellent question. So you're absolutely right. So one of the latest study done for the state of the sound. So it's a yearly report that's being generated, right? Yes. So one of the main things that was asked for the younger generation is what is the feature that you would pay additional money for? Which acoustic feature in your TWS product are you willing to pay additional money for? And sound quality is one of the highest rated items. So the young generation is very interested
sensitive to the sound,
having a very good sound quality. And having the balanced armature improves the high frequency content from 5 kilohertz to 20 kilohertz.
Right.
And it goes beyond the 20 kilohertz all the way up to 40 kilohertz that's required for the high-res certification. Right. So it's a component that's required for the TWS design that improves the listening quality as well as to get the certification all the way up to 40 kilohertz.
Right.
For high-res. And for final screenshot, we just have a list of all the products here for the last, that were released in the last year and for the last couple of years. And they all include the Knowles balanced armatures as part of the hybrid design.
Yes, Kalyan, what else we can see here?
All right, so this is our second table where we have different form factors that I would like to walk over and what is the value proposition of balanced armatures and Knowles balanced armatures. So the first thing that we're going to start is the overhead use case. So we've also built some demos trying to highlight that introducing Knowles balanced armature tweeters also improves the sound quality for overhead earphones. So we have demos prepared to highlight some of these benefits. So the next market segment that we have been very interested is in the gaming industry. So as you know, esports have become one of the major entertainment industry. Some people say it's sports, some people say it's entertainment.
Yes.
It's esports.
Yeah.
But what we have seen is the esports players, they are very critical about the audio quality because they need to have lightning fast reflexes, and sometimes having the right audio is key for their performance.
Yeah.
So we have seen some adoption into this market space, the e-audio market space, where players tend to use the balanced armature drivers to get like a more extended frequency range, and on top of that they just have noise isolation mufflers.
Yeah.
So they use the in-ear monitors for good sound audio quality.
Right.
So that's the gaming industry. And finally, we have the audiophile industry. So this is mainly for the music performers, musicians, and also music enthusiasts.
Yeah.
So as you can see, everyone on the stage who does concerts, they have this in-ear monitors in their ears.
Right.
So typically, these are of a very niche and a very dedicated community, which is very particular about the sound signature and audio quality.
Yes.
To help some of these musicians and audio enthusiasts, we have come up with new multi-way drivers, which are pre-packaged Knowles balanced armatures focusing on different frequency regions of the sound curve, both from the low frequency to the mid-range all the way up to high frequency. So we have several demos here highlighting the latest generation of multi-way drivers that we have. They have from ranging from 2 drivers all the way up to 8 drivers. And the main takeaway is that with the new Knowles multi-way drivers, you will be able to achieve the Knowles curve, which we found to have very great feedback from the end users for sound quality, can be now achieved without any additional electronic EQ. Just by using the Knowles drivers, you'll be able to achieve the full frequency range from 20 hertz all the way up to 20 kilohertz.
Nice, nice. When you talk about the gamer, I can assume that also the size of the balanced armature is an advantage due to the weight, because the gamer is using for a long time. So is it also for fitting is it an advantage?
Definitely. As you can see, most of the gamer IEMs or the headphones are in the form of IEMs, like right inside the ear, like monitors. Right. So having balanced armatures, you can pack in dedicated drivers for each frequency region so that you can have excellent sound signature without making the device more bulky and heavy.
Right. And for the in-ear monitors you were talking before, it's also, I heard that they can go up to how many drivers in one single?
Oh, that's a very... So we have had from one BA solution, like a single BA for full range, we have gone all the way to 21 drivers in 1 year.
Per year?
Per year.
Drivers. So
21 drivers in 1 year. It's a very challenging thing. But the goal at the end of the day is to be very thorough about the sound signature and to have like a studio quality performance so that when you actually listen with those high-end drivers, you'll be listening to the sound exactly how the recording artist wanted you to listen to. Not just a reproduction of their music, but actually how they experience their own music.
Right. Great. So thank you for showing us all this news. And yes, I'm sure if you are sound passionate or if you need any help on sound, Knowles can help. So if you are at the CES, just pass by and come and see these innovations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.